As a dad, one privilege that I love is to be able to share all of my wins and my learning opportunities with my daughter. And bless her heart, my daughter has the patience of Job. I mean, she has a serious gift to where she can just sit there and listen. And me, I'm quiet unless I'm cool with you. If I'm cool with you, that's like bittersweet for you, because one, I'm the type of person that seeks quality relationships. Quality over quantity. I want a deep, true relationship. And if I feel that connection with you, you got a loyal friend to the end. I am your homie. I got you. But you're going to have to earn it. Because if I'm cool with you, I will talk your head off. And my daughter is one of those folks that I will just talk and talk and talk and talk. We can talk about anything. I mean, wherever you want to take the conversation. But the majority of the time, I just want to rescue my daughter and just help her to not have to deal with some of the things I had to deal with. So we have similar personalities, and I can see a lot of myself in her, and I just want her to know, like, listen, this is what I've learned, and I don't want you to go through your life trying to figure that out. So I want to, like, you know, get ahead of it now and just tell you what I already know. And she would just sit there and listen. She won't butt in. She will just act like this is the hottest thing that she could be doing right now, is listening to her dad and these life lesson speeches. And it's so bad that every now and then she calls me TED Talks, because she said I will go. And I'm sorry. I will, because I just really want her to get it. But one day she stopped me and she said, hey, I hope you know what you're talking about, because you're my dad and I'm going to listen to you. And that really that really spoke to me. And it was one of those things that I got nervous about it, because it was real. It made me really, I try to pay attention and choose my words and what I'm saying to her, without just willy-nilly firing off the cuff, speaking out of my emotions or anything like that, because I don't want to send her down the wrong path. And that's the blessing of, my wife being here too, because she comes in sometimes and gives a different perspective, and it's like, it's cool, because, you need that balance. But the tricky thing is this, like, in Proverbs 17:28, even a fool is thought wise if he keeps silent. And that's the thing, knowing when to speak, when not to speak. But even on top of that, it's the part that says in Proverbs 10:19, when words are many, transgression is not lacking. And it's like, somebody who talks a lot, and you're looking at them like, man, I wish they would be quiet. Or, that person, they may be saying some real stuff, but they just talk too much. And then it's that person that's always running off at the mouth, that's so full of it. And you're like, oh man, just stop all the bluffing, man. Just be quiet. Go over there. This is a bunch of nonsense you're talking anyway. And it's a crazy thing. So I started thinking one day, like, man, I know I'm her dad, so I know everything I'm telling her, I'm trying to lead her down the right path. I'm trying to help her not make some of the mistakes I made, and just all this stuff. But then I had to understand, like, you know what, it's pretty crazy that she kind of stepped out and said, listen, make sure you know what you're talking about, because I'm going to listen to you. And that's kind of like a sore spot for me in my life that I try to deal with, because coming up, I listened to a lot of people that I thought I should listen to, but then found out later in life that it was like horrible information. And that bothered me. So I was kind of praying about that after she said that to me, and I was like, what is the kind of person, like, how do you know somebody is somebody that you can listen to? You know, who's wise counsel? Who can you really go to and say, you know what, I can respect what they're saying? And this is what I got. I got like maybe like 3 different signs that this is somebody that you can listen to. And even if you're a person that somebody can listen to. So 1, you kind of pay attention to this person, and you look at them and you wonder, like, okay, is this the kind of person that's on the up and up? Like, they're not always trying to work an angle. They're not always trying to get over. They're not like a shiesty person. They seem like they're pretty much straight across the board. Like, for the most part, nobody's perfect, but for the most part, from what you can tell, they move in integrity. Like, do they move in integrity for the most part? Are they like fair? You know, like, is this a fair person, or are they trying to get over? Because if this is a person you can say, you know what, on this level where I'm bringing it to them, this level of whatever relationship we have, whether it's just, you know, a surface level of relationship, and that's what you're dealing with them, or this is like more of an intimate thing, you know, like you're really in a deep relationship with this person, whether it's a significant other, or it's a deeper relationship. From what you know, at the level you're dealing with, do they move in integrity? If they check that box, boom, we're on our way. All right, here's another one. Are they a merciful kind of person? Are they the kind of person that, you know, are they a tit for tat person? Or are they looking for an opportunity to show kindness to somebody? Do they want to be kind and let people off the hook? Do they want to see, you know, are they like a benefit of the doubt kind of person? Or are they malicious and, you know, they want to retaliate or something like that? You know, are they that kind of person? Because if it's a benefit of the doubt kind of person, and they want to understand every angle of it, and they want to put themselves in somebody else's shoes, kind of understand, you know, the scenarios or whatever is going on there, then okay, they're looking pretty good right there. Here's another one. Are they the main authority in their life? Or are they willing to humble themselves to something higher than themselves? You know, are they moving, or do they hold themselves to a different standard or to some values? Like, you know, somebody who like, I don't know, I'll say somebody who moves with certain values and, you know, certain non-negotiables in their life. You know, do they have standards? Because me, if I'm dealing with somebody who is kind of like off the cuff and, you know, they do whatever, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know how they're going to move in certain situations or whatever. That's scary to me. That's scary. I don't even want to be around you, let alone take your advice. So, you know, is this somebody who has submitted to a higher authority? You know, do they have a belief system that they follow? Like me, I'm walking with Jesus, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to seek godly wisdom and godly counsel, something higher than myself that I'm bowing down to. and not making myself the final authority on everything. That's not how that works, because there's always a greater understanding, a greater, there's something that you just don't, you may not be able to have, you don't have all of that wisdom to be making the final call on everything in your life, and making the final call in somebody else's life. You gotta go, get some real, you gotta go before something higher than yourself. You have to have some values set. I mean, listen, I'll tell you this. A guilty pleasure of mine is the show Dexter. I love that show. And this dude, if you know Dexter, you know what it's about. But even he moves with a code. He moves with a code. There's certain things he won't do if it doesn't fall under that code. And that's what I'm saying. So, as a recap, is somebody moving justly? Do they love mercy? Are they walking humbly? Do they humble themselves under a higher authority? Because if you can kind of, like I said, as people, we're definitely not perfect. Even on our best days, we're filthy. So, but for the most part, on the level that you're seeking this counsel on, or you're seeking somebody to listen to or advice, for the most part, are they moving like that? Are you moving like that? And see, that's the goal. That's my goal. That's my goal in life, to be that person, especially for my wife and my daughter. That's it. You might have trouble trying to figure out who to listen to and who not to. Hold them up against that standard. See, hold yourself up against that standard. And that's your goal. That's your goal. Surround yourself with people like that, and do your best to be a person like that. It's God and Gains.